Hey everyone, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora and on today's video we are playing some Animal Crossing. Y'all, I have been taking a little bit of an Animal Crossing break, as you can tell, over the last few weeks, and it was much needed. Now originally I did a video on my first Nook Mile ticket determines my Animal Crossing theme. Well, sadly that video got removed, but I am still planning to do a Kid Core theme in the future. But I've been really wanting to get in at least one more fall themed island before obviously fall ends. So out of nowhere, the other day I got inspired to finally start my rural Japanese island. If you've been following me for a while, you know I've been really wanting to create an island like this, but I just haven't felt inspired. And even before my burnout, I just wasn't inspired to build this theme. Anyways, yesterday I made so much progress. So this video is going to be a little bit longer than my usual speed builds because y'all, I had so much fun. I ended up being able to do the entry and also a few structural builds, get some villagers placed, and I also was able to start my farm area. And I think my farm area that you'll see later on in this video is going to transition to that red temple build that I showed y'all several months ago. I will have that video linked in case you want to go check it out, but I'm hoping to improve that build overall and just rebuild it to suit a fall vibed island. I will be documenting as much of this island as possible since so many of you have been requesting that for Japanese content. Long story short, I did a series on a blossom theme that never got finished because we got 2.0. So I was hoping to include this island in a new modern cherry blossom theme in the future from start to finish. I'll probably do some live streams on this island as well because I know many of y'all enjoy those, and I know I haven't been streaming lately and I'm so sorry about that. Life has just been very busy. So bear with me as I try to figure out my schedule again. I normally stream on Wednesdays and Fridays, but like I said, I just haven't had any time. So just know that I miss y'all and I do miss streaming, and I'm hoping to return to it soon. Today's whole entire video is actually inspired by several fellow content creators. I will have them linked in the video's description. Make sure you go check them out. If it wasn't for their beautiful islands, I would not have been inspired to start this island in general. It's also important to know that every single code I will use on my Animal Crossing content will be found in the video's description. So make sure you're checking that out if you want to use the same codes that you are seeing today. So I'm thinking after I finish this island, I'm gonna probably continue that monotone winter island that we did a speed build on a few days ago. I will also have that linked in the video's description if you want to go check that out, but I'm really loving that vibe. So that is definitely one of my next planned island themes. I also really was hoping to do my fall New York island this year, but honestly, I don't think I'm gonna have time and be inspired enough to do another fall island after this. So instead, after discussing it with several of my followers, I'm probably actually just gonna do Christmas in New York. I am a huge sucker for Christmas because I was born in December. So I feel like I would have so much more joy doing that around Christmas time, and it gives y'all some Christmas content. So that is going to be our next few planned islands, along with, of course, the cherry blossom theme that I mentioned earlier. Once we finish up all of my seasonal content, then I'll do that Kid Core city that we talked about on previous videos, and then just go from there. Just know that I am always going to have Animal Crossing content a part of my channel. While I do love playing other games, like I've said several times, I will be playing this game until the next Animal Crossing comes out. So you can rest at ease knowing that I am not going to be stopping this content anytime soon. I do enjoy a lot of other cozy games, so of course I'll be sharing that on my channel alongside with this, but I know so many of y'all were worried on a few of my videos. Actually, y'all were commenting like, no, where's the Animal Crossing content? Is it going forever? And of course not, it never will be. So hopefully that answers a lot of y'all's concerns and questions. I will also be streaming the new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet game coming out this upcoming month, so make sure you have your notifications turned on because I'm planning to play with my viewers and travel the world with you. In my Discord server, which you'll also find linked in the video's description, I wanted to let y'all know that we are going to be doing a really fun Scarlet and Violet event where you'll be able to win some really cool prizes. And it involves battling gym leaders. And there will be more info on this in the future, but I just wanted to let y'all know that is a planned thing coming to the server. And I think it'd be really fun to have y'all join that. And if you love battling, then definitely take advantage of this because, long story short, I used to be in this Pokemon League on Facebook and I used to run the ground gym. This is around competitive play. If you're not familiar with competitive play, don't worry. We will have a lot of helpful information that kind of just like teaches you on what to expect with battles like that. But the gyms are very challenging. They're not as easy like in the games. So it's a very fun and challenging experience and you get to win some really fun prizes out of it. it. So I will definitely be running my ground gym again. So if you want to battle me, that'll be an option. But I just wanted to put that out there that this is coming to the Discord server. I also have channels for Disney Dreamlight Valley. I'm always on those. And we have Animal Crossing channels and a general game chat too. My Discord server is very laid back. So if you're wanting to get to know me personally as a creator and also make some friends and be in a family-friendly area, then I hope to see you on there. Alrighty, so back to the tutorial. So we're gonna be working on our first structural build. Again, all the codes that I'm using is found in the video's description, but we're gonna be using the storefront behind the customized simple panels, very similar structure design already to my modern Japanese speed build. I will have that linked in the video's description if you want to go check it out, but that is going to be the base of our first building. Basically, this build is going to have a lot of item layering going on, which is key for Japanese buildings like we're working on today. Then we're going to take the gazebo and then just fill in the sides with a couple more storefronts. And this is just going to give it a more rural appearance, not as modern like most of my builds usually are. So then we're going to repeat a very similar design on the left side, and this is just going to make a really nice little house structure. Eventually, I will be moving one of my villager homes also by this just to add on to the layering and realism. Just like the first part of the building, we used two storefronts on the first level with the medieval wall behind them. And now we're going to hide the front of the storefront with customized simple panels. Again, every single code that I'm using today will be found in the video's description. But now we're just going to work on the doorway area and eventually put a torii gate in front of it. It's important to know that the torii gate is normally in real life found in front of shrines and temples, but since we're very limited on Animal Crossing items, this just kind of gives it that more Japanese-like appearance. So I know that there's going to be some people probably mentioning that because it happens on all of my videos, but that's why I use them in front of buildings like this, just because it really does capture that this is a Japanese kind of vibe town. Now we're just going to add some decorations in front of the first window, and I'm just going to go ahead and use plant partitions, and then eventually we're going to be expanding the terraform out on the right side, and that's actually where I may be placing one of my villager homes. Again, this build was inspired by two of my favorite Japanese accounts. I will have everybody linked in the video's description just so they can get that proper credit. I really loved how this whole entire location turned out because it just kind of gave me like a city, downtown, outskirts sort of vibe with it, like we're in the middle of a neighborhood basically. And I just really loved how the whole entire spot ended up blending out that way. There's going to be a very small gap between this house and the plaza, so what I'm going to do here is probably just do like a simple walkway or fill it in with some greenery, but eventually there's going to be a road transition behind these houses that blends into the more rural landscapes that I'm planning to do on this island. So once I finish adding some final details, I'm going to be adding an incline right next to the plaza. If you don't want to add an incline here, you can actually just skip that and just expand the terraform out more and fill that in with the fence. But I wanted to have a nice little area so the villager could roam around the island, and just leads to another transition to the builds that will be behind this. Alright, so now that my incline is placed, we're going to be actually starting to work on one of the farm areas on this map. It's important to note that I'm going to have a dedicated area for most of my city core landscapes, but I plan to do a lot of farm areas as well. So my first farm spot is going to be pretty big, and it's going to be actually at the edge of the map, and then I'm going to have that transition, like I said earlier, to one of my temple builds that I did on the channel a few months ago. Then I think most of my bottom level towards the right side is going to be majority of that the village, but of course the village is going to expand behind plaza as well. I'm not sure what my plan is. As many of y'all know, I wing my builds and I go into this without no idea or plan how my layouts are going to turn out. I just go through a lot of trial and error until I'm happy with the results. But now that I have all the details pretty much finalized over here, let's go ahead and start paving down the farms. Now there will be several transitions through the farming process over here because it just took me a long time to pave the whole entire spot and also just grow the crops in general. So please excuse some transitions as I changed my mind on decor and layout a few times, but once we get all this ready to go, I think y'all are gonna love the result. I accidentally lost some footage here, so please bear with me, but I ended up finding a transparent white line code, and I expanded the dirt path out a little bit and placed 2 villager homes and then obviously an incline in the middle. And this is that spot I was talking about earlier that was going to transition later on to one of my temple builds. So now I'm just going to decorate this to my liking, and then after a few decorations placed, we'll do a final walkthrough of how everything turned out. So now it's time to do the final walkthrough, and I hope y'all enjoyed today's video and are excited with this island theme as I am today. I'm very excited to do this island for y'all. So over here, I actually started this off camera, but I'm recreating the same build that I actually did a few days ago for the plaza entry, and that's just going to be like a very rustic marketplace. I'll have that video linked in the video's description. I swear I've said that so many times today, but there's a lot of videos that I've done and I'm planning to add those builds onto this island, so bear with me. But over here is the houses that we worked on earlier, and then of course the villager home, and then once again the incline that'll transition to another roadway behind them. So after that, we're gonna go make our way back towards where the farm area is. Please bear with me that the left side is not finished yet. I still need to decorate this villager home over here, and I also need to finish up the roadway and layout by Coco's house, which we're about to walk by right now. And then over here is where it starts to transition into the farms. I still have no idea what I'm doing in this location over here, but I'm definitely going to keep it very rural and natural. So y'all drop me some ideas what you hope to see in that big empty spot below. But here's the view towards the houses in the background. Again, a lot of my video today was inspired by a lot of awesome creators in the community. I am so excited to put their builds onto this island and just do my own version of them, but I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. And then of course, once that incline area is ready to go, I'll be adding my temple build up there. Anyways, I hope today's video brought you a ton of inspiration. With that being said, thank you so much for watching and have a horrible day. I'll see you next video.